welcome to this month's episode of Community Corner. In this series, we focus on great work being done by people and organizations in Northern Nevada that make it such a wonderful place to live and work. I'm Angelica, your host, and today I'm here with Annie Goni-Stewart, the Executive Director for Kids Foundation. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me, Angelica.
Annie, tell us a little bit about what For Kids Foundation is.
For Kids Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit serving children in Northern Nevada. What we aim to do is fund the urgent, unmet needs of kids from birth all the way to age 21 when there is no other resource. So we step in to fund medical, dental, psychological, and educational products and services when there is no other resource.
That's truly amazing. When was it founded?
2003.
2003. Awesome. What other programs do you provide for the kids? How would somebody, that felt that they needed some of these resources reach out and see what's available to them?
Mm-hmm. It's actually very easy. Mm-hmm. Parents and guardians can go to our website, www.forkidsfoundation.org. There's an apply tab up at the top left-hand corner. It's a one-page application. Okay. Families fill in what the need is, who the service provider is. Sometimes it's a local doctor or a dentist or eye doctor, or perhaps we need to order a product or service off of Amazon or Walmart or some other local service provider. Mm-hmm. Once I receive an application, I contact the family and do an interview. We want to know how many kids are living in the household, and what's the need, who recommends it. And from there, I'll ask local service providers to offer us a discount. Last year, we had almost $30,000 in discounts from local service providers like dentists, orthodontists, and eye doctors, etc. Then our applications are reviewed by our board of directors every 2 weeks. If the request is approved, I will order the product or service to be delivered to the child, or we pay the service provider directly. That way we know the funds are going for the purpose intended.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That seems like, so helpful for families maybe during this time. How has that affected you? How has, COVID and the pandemic affected families in this time, and how has this been so imperative for them?
Yeah, so COVID is kind of threw a wrench in the works for everybody. Our kids are suffering academically with the closures of schools, right? And not being able, doing the remote learning. Not every child thrived in that environment. Mm-hmm. Additionally, the kids, are suffering loss and no access to their friends and peer groups. So they're suffering psychologically also. And many families didn't follow up with medical or dental care for fear of catching COVID or lack of finances because they lost their jobs. So our job now as For Kids Foundation is to provide that funding for those kids, for families that are struggling financially, to get those kids the services that they need. And luckily, we were able to stay open during the entire pandemic, and through generous donations from the community and grants, we have funds available to help these kids. So we're here. We just want to help the kids that need the assistance. And so this is great to talk with you because hopefully you can help share our mission with children in Nevada. Now,
I know earlier we were talking off camera and you mentioned some fundraising events that you have in line. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we were able to host a COVID-safe golf tournament in May. Even though it snowed that day, it turned out to be a great event.
Fun.
And so now we're working on a fundraiser October 29th to kind of kick off your Nevada Day weekend. It's an Oktoberfest with local beer provided from the breweries here in town and a sumptuous Bavarian-style buffet, raffle prizes, and a $3,000 grand prize in our unique reverse raffle. And so we're pretty excited about this event, a night to get out and celebrate, but it's going to support the kids.
I love that the community is coming together to help support this wonderful program. If our members or our viewers wanted to get involved, how can they do that?
Well, you can call me directly. Can I give the number?
Oh, yeah.
775-741-5231, or go to our website, which is kidsfoundation.org, and send me an email. Tell us how you'd like to support us. If you'd like to volunteer, we have a lot of opportunities for volunteers, but there's also a donate tab, and you can just donate directly to the foundation, and those dollars go toward funding program awards for these kids in need.
Well, I love what you're doing. I think it's so wonderful helping families out there that need the support like this. And I'm so glad to share it with our viewers and our members. Thank you again. Can you give that website one more time if they want to go ahead and check it out for more information?
Yes, thank you for this opportunity. It's www.forkidsfoundation.org, and we spell it FOR.
Thank you so much, Annie, for sitting with us today. We look forward to supporting you in any way that we can.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this episode of Community Corner. Be sure to tune in next week on our To The Point segment. Also, make sure you click and subscribe to our YouTube channel, RSAR Realtors. And remember, we can make a difference together.